Hey guys, this is Dave from Homegrown Herbs. This is just a quick little video. Somebody asked me the other day on Facebook how to set up the sandbows for the first time. So I'm just going to do a quick little video of how I set my sandbows up. Some people do it different. Some people use different type of substrates. Some use different hides, that sort of thing. But I'm just sort of going to give you a quick general run of how I do it. So as you can see, this is a really useful tub. This is a 4 litre tub. I think these are ideal for babies after a few months. I wouldn't put them in straight away. I do think that's a little bit too big straight off the bat. I keep mine in a 1.3 Bray Plus hatchling racks, and then they go into a 3 litre Brapus hatchling rack, and then after that, at around about 3 to 4 months, I tend to put them into a 4 litre. Then, as you can see, I use a thing called Megazorb, which is basically like wood pulp, sort of like wet paper, I suppose, pulpy paper. I find this stuff brilliant. It does sometimes have a smell when you very first put it in. After a couple of days, that does clear. I think it keeps the odour down very well. It soaks up the moisture, any sort of wheeze and that they do very easily. So spot cleaning, it's really simple. And I do that every couple of days as I do my waters, so I do my waters across my whole reptiles every couple of days. As you can see, it's a very basic setup. As I say, the Megazorb substrate, some people use aspen, some people do actually use sand, some people use coconut husk. There's a wide variety of different things that people use, but as I say, this just works best for me. I have my little hide. To be fair, it's very rarely in it. As you can see, as I'm moving it about, he's actually over here somewhere. I like to put a little bit of cork or some other sort of little hide in. You'll notice that all the hides I use are very light, soft hides. And the reason for this being, obviously, is with them being something that burrows a lot, the last thing you want to do is put something heavy in there. If they burrow underneath it, the last thing you want is them to get trapped and crushed under that item. So everything I have in my setups are always super light, super easy. As I say, little water bowl, some hides, substrate, and then you'll notice on the hot end there's a little lead coming in here, and it is actually silver taped down to the floor, a little thermostat as well, to obviously give you the temperatures. I usually keep these guys, I work in Celsius because of obviously being in the UK. I'll keep my guys at around about 34 to 35 Celsius. Others do tend to sort of fluctuate with that. That seems to work well for me. I keep well, they feed well, they shed well, and they breed well. So I've always kept them at that. But as I say, some people do keep them slightly different. But as you can see, these are quite happy like that. Just see if I can find him out. Now, got to watch, because this guy the other day was very, very grumpy. Very grumpy. And he's not been himself lately, to be fair. And he's probably going to butt me now. This is, well, he's not a striped, but he is close, very close to being a striped tannery. This was from a good friend of mine, actually, up in Essex, called Barry Summerhays. It's the only sort of Axanthic I have in my collection at all. Bracelet. But he is super cute. He was originally brought as a female, but mistakes do happen. These guys are prolifically hard to sex as youngsters, as the tails do differ a little bit. But you can sometimes feel hemipenes by running your thumb along the cloaca, so sometimes you can feel the hemipenes. But I will do a little video in the future about sexing them and stuff like that anyway. But as I say, this little guy now is exactly a year old, a couple of days ago. So as you can see, he's absolutely perfectly fine in this setup. A little 4 litre, as you say, I'm trying to get him without burrowing, sort of the size of him. There he goes. As you see, starts there and ends here. He's perfectly happy in that. I should probably keep him in this for another maybe 6 months, and then he'll go up to an 11 litre. To be fair, I very rarely go any bigger than that for my males. Sometimes I'll go into an 18, depending if they're big fellas. Some of my guys are big fellas, so they do go into 18s. This boy's hungry again. This boy eats like a trooper. He's unreal for food. But as I say, sometimes I'll go up to an 18 litre for the boys. Not often. They're usually quite happy in an 11. My girls do go all the way up to a 33 litre, dependent on the size of them, but I will sometimes stretch it a little bit more than that. But they're usually happy in a 33 litre. As I say, I don't know how that works in quarts for you guys over the pond, but we work in the literage. This guy's super active today. But as I say, I just thought I'd give you a little setup advice. To be fair, I find these very rarely have problems shedding as well in this sort of setup. And as I say, with the substrate, where the bits of water and humidity comes out, the water itself tends to soak up in the substrate as well. So it is a good substrate, to be fair, and I love the stuff. It is Megazorb. It is actually a horse bedding, but obviously it works well for these as well. There is a variety of horse beddings that people use for their reptiles, so this is just a good alternative, to be fair. And as I say, it's not expensive. I'll buy a great big bag of it, and it's about £8.50, £9. So it's not a lot. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. Take care, and as always, let's teach, not preach. And all those guys enjoying and loving your reptiles, I hope this really helps you sort of further your love and passion for them. For all those guys breeding, I hope you're having a fantastic season. As you know, my first litter wasn't brilliant. My second litter was absolutely fantastic. So I'm hoping that 2018's season, which I will put little videos up on how to set up your breeding and how to arrange your breedings once I start in January. Some people have already started. I don't start till around January time. The same with my royals. I do quite a late starting the breeding, but the royals I don't start till December. This guy's taking the full aspect of being a sandbower to heart and not going under his sand. Okay, guys, take care.